Child. Dr. Umar. Oh, Dr. Umar. Of course, you know, in the news, we have been dealing with this whole Diddy debacle and just the horrible things that we've witnessed that he's done on video, on camera. You know, just the fact that, you know, Diddy beat this woman up on camera. He knew he was on camera, then paid a hotel, I guess the video, the people who were watching the videos at the hotel, was it the security? I guess he paid the security of the hotel off $50,000 to get rid of the video, which they obviously didn't, or give him the video. I think maybe the reason why we were able to see this video was because when they did that raid, they found the video in his house. So he probably paid them to give him the video. And if that's the case, why the hell would he keep it? He was probably watching it over and over again. Master being to it, because that's just how sick Diddy is. It makes no sense. If you had the video all this time, if you paid them to give you the video, why would you keep it? That is very, very bizarre, because if they did that raid and found that video, you definitely deserve to be exposed for the sick bastard that you are. But anyway, Dr. Umar had some things to say. He had some input to share on this particular situation. He feels like Diddy is going to be able to redeem himself somehow. Now, mind you, Chris Brown did the same thing to Rihanna, only we didn't get to see it. Okay, we didn't get to see live video of him doing those horrible things to Rihanna. He still hasn't recovered from it. So, Dr. Umar thinks Diddy somehow is going to recover from this foolishness. He put up an Instagram post, and this is a post that Hollywood Unlocked shared as well. And it says, I'm not going to give this too much energy, as we have far more important issues to address than what happened 10 years ago. Really? There's something more important right now than DV and abuse from men and marginalized situations that women have been dealing with for years, Dr. Umar? There's some. I thought you, of all people, who are always going up for the black woman and protecting the black woman, I would think that you would be championing this issue and wanting to address it full on. But instead, you're saying that, yeah, we got other things to think about, other things to talk about. And correction, Dr. Umar, this happened 8 years ago, not 10. And it doesn't matter if it happened 50 years ago. The fact that you pedestalize people because they're wealthy, that it's okay to overlook these behaviors, and the fact that they have been abusive, that makes you no different than him. It really makes you no different than him. But I'm going to go ahead and read the rest of his statement because it really upset me. It said, however, this isn't the end for Diddy. TD Jakes will help him set up his own mega church. Why? So when people go into the church, the walls can start bleeding? Honey, anybody that walks into a Diddy mega church will probably need an exorcism. Okay? So now he's saying TD Jakes is gonna help him set up his own mega church. Ah! Lord help us. He will be saved and baptized and will probably make more money as a pulpit pimp than he ever has as a mogul. A pulpit. Okay, are we being sarcastic? Poppy will rise from the ashes, born again. You know what? I better hope, you better hope, we all better hope that you're just being snide and sarcastic and this is a joke. But even if it is a joke, just take the temperature of the room, Dr. Umar. This is not the time. And you better be careful, okay? Because I don't think anybody's going to be taking any advice from a man who spends all of his time big upping the black woman, but then going to the DR and doing this. Roll the tape.
My Dominican Republic Africans are Africans, brothers and sisters. My Dominican Republic Africans are Africans, brothers and sisters. They might speak Spanish. They might be a little lighter than the rest of us, but they are African. You know how I know? Because the Dominican Republic queens are 5'5", dick in the thighs. They are African. Believe me. Believe me. Yes, the Revolutionary Pan-African Fast. What are we up to? We up to the We must stay focused, my brothers, in the Dominican Republic. We must stay focused. We up to the We must stay focused, my brothers.
Right. So you need to shut your mouth up and be quiet. It seems to me that Dr. Umar is chiming in because it's been real quiet out in these Hollywood streets and no one's been talking about him. So what happens when no one's talking about you? You pull a Clay. And by Clay, I'm talking about Clay from Love is Blind. You do something ridiculous like hang out with prostitutes and OnlyFans girls who rent out their bodies in exchange for change, just so you can get clicks and views on the internet while you embarrass your mother. So yes, Dr. Umar is doing the same thing. He is putting his 2 cents in because he knows it's going to get him clicks and views. It's going to get us talking about him like we are right now on the Hot Topics. And then he's going to go back in his hole and start trying to fish around and get people to donate money to this school that has never opened, that he's been talking about for the last 5 years, since the beginning, actually before the pandemic. So you need to check yourself, because while you're over there in the Dominican Republic chasing Spanish booty or Latin booty, and probably Latin underage booty, because anybody who goes over to the DR, to Colombia, to the Philippines, we all know that the men that go over there, we know what they're going over there to do. And unfortunately, people who are disadvantaged in those countries, they're typically also underage when they're out there giving themselves up in exchange for money to take care of their families. While American men go over there, and as well as men from other countries as well. But a lot of American men or passport bros or whatever you want to call them, go over there and take advantage of these young girls in exchange for money. So, Dr. Umar, we know why you over there in the DR. Don't try to make it all about, oh, these are my African sisters also. Right, no. We all know that you just need to check yourself. You need to check yourself, keep your comments to yourself before we start digging into your background to see what kind of harem you got going on. And if you are physically abusive to them, because you are too quick to be dismissive, you are really quick about being dismissive of what P. Diddy did. And anybody who is dismissive of that situation makes you kind of look at them sideways to say, why is that? What's going on in your background? What are you doing in your spare time? Allegedly. This is about all the time that Dr. Umar deserves from me. Moving on.